Okay, now the last part of this is really just getting these suckers in here. But what you have to do is actually grease these where they're going to be touching the body. I actually like to just grease them all over because I've had urethane since I had Rancho suspension on a '79 Camaro back in the '80s, and it squeaked like crazy. So, take a little of this, squeeze it in here, squeeze it in there. There we go. Okay, show you how much I use. I use a decent amount. Now we just take this out off the top and this thing, stick this underneath. Drop down the floor, put this on here. And I want a little of my Loctite. This is where they tell you to put it on purpose. Or, you know, specifically they want you to put it on here. Okay. There's plenty of that. We just put this in here. Sorry if my arm is in the way. Actually, it looks like it might be okay. Or it's in the way. I don't know. Okay. I don't like this. It seems kind of bound up for some reason. Maybe it's because it's jacked up and the wheels are hanging all the way down. That's probably it. But I'm definitely going to be checking this out when it comes back down. Let me think. When it goes down, yeah, the suspension will go up and that'll, yeah, I think this will be okay. Alright. Let me just do the other one. Actually, I'm going to tighten the bottom of this one the rest of the way because, well, I got the Loctite on there. Get this one. Shoot, it's 14. Or is that 50? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, that's 14. Okay. Don't do that. Actually, I could do it this way, right? Ah, they both fall off. That's great. Alright. I think I'm going to zip that up with the, the gun later. Okay, I think that's good. They actually have a picture in the instructions of this thing that says like, little squished good, a lot squished bad. There we go. Let's see if I can do the other side better. Okay, so for this side, I'm going to try a different angle. I've already added a little thread lock here and the grease in there. So I'm just going to pop this out. And they're stuck together. Seems like it's really good grease because I think they make it sticky so that it doesn't like wick away or drip away. Just got to put this one in here. Just like the other side, the sway bar is going to be under pressure. There we go. Really? Some days I just don't have it. It's also kind of an odd angle. Not terrible, but still. Really? Let's go get my other wrench. Alright. Yeah, I worked a full day today, so I guess I might not be at my sharpest. I'm much better on the weekends, but I really wanted to finish this up before tomorrow because I have to drive into Manhattan. I really want to take this car. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But I do like driving this one. I don't trust taking my 5th gen Camaro because I have to let the parking attendants have it. Okay, that one's good. Let me just get a few zips in the bottom one here. I actually think this might be 9/16 because 14 millimeters just not fitting on there well. 9/16 fits on real good, so that must be it. It's getting tighter anyway. Uh-oh. That was not good. Shit. And what am I going to do? I have to go grab another wrench, is what I have to do. Okay, so I turned this back, and now I'm going to actually hold it while I tighten this. So that wasn't good. I mean, it's not the end of the world, it just had to be turned back. Yeah, I'm not too worried. I just wiggled you, sorry about that. Too worried about the way this thing is cocked because when you do suspension work, you're supposed to always do it while it's on the ground, pretty much. So, what size is this? Okay, there we go. This has to go this way. Hold this and lock you really tight. I did this before, but I think I must have done the same one twice. So that just kind of popped right open. The other side was fine. Let's tighten this a little bit more. go, because the last thing I want to have is clunks. Sorry if I keep bumping into you here. Whew. If you asked me when I was 20 if I would be outside in the driveway working on my cars still, I'd be like, oh no, I'm going to have a big garage. Yeah, well, not yet. Alright, so I think that's good to go. I'll just have to get under there. I'm going to retighten the things up to 43 pounds. I'm going to be pretty specific with that because, I don't know, just because I like to do suspension correctly. But other than that, next thing I'll be doing is popping on the wheels and we'll go for a ride. Okay, gonna go for the test ride. Okay, 24.7. It's mostly due to the traffic. Could be because I have a slightly heavy foot. The trick to driving. Trick to driving the Ford Focus ST. There's a button over here. You're supposed to get in, and then you press this down, and it says hold the switch, and then you keep holding it until you get the control off, because that stuff sucks. And it's going to tell me again, because my washer fluid is low. I don't know, that's a bit of a glitch. It does that when the washer fluid is low, and it's going to keep telling me and telling me and telling me. It's like, I don't care. I'll fill it up, I promise. Where am I going to put you? Be right back. Okay, not sure how well this is going to work out, but, well, hopefully it does something good. Just taking the microphone off of the big metal bracket I have. Okay, let's go for a ride. See if that clunking noise is gone. If I was totally wrong and it had nothing to do with the sway bar, I'm going to be not so happy. But I guess it's not the end of the world. I almost forgot where my wife parked the caddy. It's like not usually where it is. That would have been hilarious if I was on camera and I ran into her car. She just went away. I'd hate to tell her the day she went away I smashed her car. Alright, this is my lovely block. It's actually a side street, but we get massive amounts of traffic because it's a cut through to the highway. I think I was loud. Alright, let's see now. Whoops. Slippery. So far, I'm going to tell you, it does sound perfect. Like, I am not hearing a darn thing back there. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. It also feels a little bit stiffer when I make turns like that. You can tell already it's going to kick the ass out a little bit more than it used to. Yeah, it used to it a little bit. And I liked it, you know, because it reminds me of a rear-wheel drive car, which I'm kind of used to. Oh, I wonder who did that massive burnout. Crazy people. Yeah, unfortunately, in my area, there's some guys that are into hot rods, but not that many. I think it's because we used to have a dredge strip out east. And that was, you know, a good place to go. It wasn't the greatest track. It had a funny little whoop in it and whatnot, but it was a quarter-mile track, and it was a blast. You know, you go out there and do your thing. I mean, it was about as sticky, I think, as what these guys are calling no prep today. I mean, it was, yeah. So, in any event, they closed that down and turned it into condos because, well, Long Island. And now the only tracks we can go to are really either way upstate or in Jersey is actually the closest one, I think, is now Island, which isn't a very great track. It's kind of small. And then there's Atco, which is, you know, a good 2.5, 3 hours away. And, well, I don't know, it's expensive too. It costs you like $100 to take your trailer there. So even guys who, you know, have trailers and everything's all set up and they're not worried about being too far away, they got to pay a lot of money. And that just annoys the crap out of people. It's part of the reason I'd love to get off of this whole area, because it's just ridiculous with the way they kind of sold out anything that has to do with auto racing. There's a whole group on Facebook, you know, Long Island needs a drag strip, and it really does. I mean, a lot of the kids are out there, and they drive, you know, weaving in and out of traffic, and they wind up getting tickets all over the place, and, you know, a few accidents here and there. But I can't even blame them, because what are they going to do? Go to the track? Where? What happens if their little Honda breaks down when they're, you know, 3 hours away? It's a total nightmare, and I just think it's not really fair. And then there's traffic. I mean, here I am on a side street. All right, to be fair, it's a cut through, but still, it's ridiculous. What it is there's a major road behind me, and then there's a highway up ahead. So rather than take you know, main roads, everybody cuts down this road, and it's a pain in the neck. Yeah, this car is definitely quiet again. I like it. Make the Focus quiet again, baby. Really didn't do much to this car. I did a front mount intercooler, because the one that was on here was, you know, anemic. It was terrible, so I replaced that. And that was really just for the longevity of the engine, because the thing would, you know, cut boost, and, you know, it has so much horsepower only for like 15 seconds, and then it would cut it, and it was really because of the intake. It was getting way too hot. So I did a little tweaking to it, made it better. And now it's, I don't know, it's a fun car. Whoops. I like it though, nice and silent, feels good. I like it when a plan comes together. It's not a terrible mount, I don't think. I'll have to look at the video, but I kind of think it's cool. It's actually mounted in a phone mount, and it's mounted to the sunroof. Moonroof, I don't know what the heck these things are called anyway. I guess it's a sunroof. Wish I had an open space where I could actually test how much drift I would get. I'm gonna probably do that someday. great. That noise was, it was annoying me every time I would hit one of these little bumps like these. It was driving me crazy. And you see, that's where my wife left her car because she was in a hurry. It's right there. And, well, I almost ran into it when I was backing up here. That would have been bad, very bad. And we are home. One of these days we'll have to go for a ride in my 2011 here. It's a fun little car. It's mostly spent its life, well, waiting for me to drive it, but it's been to, I went to the buyers, builders, owners meeting group, so I went up to St. Catharines, Canada with it, and then I took it to the YouTube call out last year, and that was down in Maryland. And then I went to, let's see, Atco, Englishtown, before they stopped drag racing, and I've been to Ireland with it, so a bunch of tracks. And the only option I didn't buy with the car was the sunroof. Bone stock, I did a 13004 in it, so it was a good one. You know, it is an M6. Not the easiest thing to drive with the drag strip, but it's a fun driving car. And this one's got a little bit of work done to it. It's got a full exhaust. It's HP tuners. I tuned it myself. And I've got my my rat fink in the back window. He used to be with me in my big block car, so they call big blocks rats. And yeah, and I got a stick on my car. I got to clean that off. All right, so that's just yet another vehicle. I could keep going over vehicles for like days. It's insanity. All right. Cam Bam's out.